Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a big one, global warming. Our source actually calls it one of the most critical challenges facing our planet.
It really is.
So our mission here is to kind of pull apart the key ideas from our material, what it is, the causes, what we're already seeing, and really importantly, the solutions it lays out.
Exactly. And the goal isn't just the what, it's helping you connect with why this matters. You know, why it's significant for all of us based on what our source highlights.
Okay, let's unpack this then.
Yeah.
Global warming. Our source says it's this gradual increase in the Earth's average temperature. But what it really stresses is the speed, right? How fast it's happening lately.
Yeah, the acceleration is key. It's a natural cycle that's been, well, supercharged by human activities.
And the main culprits. What did the source really focus on there?
Well, it points squarely at excessive greenhouse gas emissions. Things like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide.
Right.
The source uses that blanket around the Earth analogy, which works pretty well. These gases trap heat, throwing the natural climate balance off kilter.
Uh-huh.
But what's interesting is how it also digs into the different impacts like methane. It doesn't stick around as long as CO2, but boy does it trap heat effectively in the short term.
So it's more potent, basically.
Way more potent in the short run, yeah. Which makes cutting methane a really critical, sort of immediate goal, according to the research we looked at.
Okay, that makes sense. So emissions, where are they coming from? Our source obviously mentions burning fossil fuels, electricity, cars, industry, standard stuff.
The big ones, yeah.
But it also highlighted something maybe less obvious, deforestation.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just like losing trees. The source frames it as losing these giant carbon vacuums.
Southern vacuums, I like that.
Yeah. And worse, when forests are cleared, all that stored carbon gets released back out. Plus, we lose the future absorption. It's a double whammy.
Right. So connecting that to the bigger picture, these aren't future problems anymore, are they? The source is clear. The consequences are here now.
Definitely visible. We're seeing more intense heat waves, sea levels rising because the ice caps are melting faster.
They're powerful storms, too, it mentioned.
Yep, stronger storms, longer droughts in some places, and ecosystems getting seriously disrupted. It really makes you think about the knock-on effects.
And those knock-on effects, the source really dives into that, how it's not just about, polar bears. It hits human health, our food supplies, even the global economy.
That interconnectedness is a huge theme, how everything ripples outwards.
But amidst all that, there was a strong message of hope, wasn't there? The source says we can still act.
Absolutely. It's not too late.
It talks about shifting hard towards renewables. Solar, wind, makes sense. Adopting energy-efficient tech, planting trees, lots of trees.
Reforestation, yeah. And stronger government policies.
And one thing I found interesting was the focus on grid modernization. Kind of technical, but the source suggested it's surprisingly important.
It is, because making the grid smarter helps integrate renewables and reduce waste. But that brings up another key point from the source.
Which?
It's not just about big policies. It's also about, well, us, changing our individual lifestyle.
The personal responsibility angle.
Exactly. The source really drives home that every little bit helps, like choosing public transport sometimes.
Or just being mindful of electricity use at home.
Yeah, that, or cutting down on plastics. Simple things. But the research suggests the combined effect of all these small actions is actually pretty significant, more than we might think.
So, boiling it all down, what's the takeaway message? Our source put it bluntly. Global warming isn't someone else's problem.
It really isn't. It's our shared responsibility. No question. Students, workers, policymakers, everyone has a role.
A role in protecting the planet for, everyone who comes after us.
That's the core of it.
So that idea of shared responsibility is really central. And thinking about that phrase, every small action makes a difference. Maybe the question for you listening is, what single specific change could you make in your daily routine starting today as your contribution? Something to think about.